Hello my friends, William Poloniak here again from Whole Health Foundation. Today I'm making some apple juice with Granny Smith apples, and I'm going to add some ginger to give it a slightly different taste. Let's take a look at how I prepare my apples. And what I'm going to do now is quarter my apples to make them small enough to feed into the feed tube. And I'm doing just a small batch today, only 4 apples. Now before I make apples, I want to point out that I'm using the front-loading feed tube that eliminates blowback 100%. And I'm also using the near zero blowback cutter that has over 80 teeth cut into the cutter. And that enables you to make juice at 4 degrees centigrade less. Now as you can see, I'm also using a wide mouth jar to collect my pulp. And I'm trying something new today. I've taken a couple of 2x6 blocks and cut them into 6" by 6" squares so that I can collect my juice with a minimum of splashing. Now I'm going to start by adding 3 ice cubes to cool down the cutter. And then I'm going to feed in the apples. Put the ginger in. And here's the last of my apple. Looks like my jar's full, so I'm going to switch to another jar. Now one of the things that I love about this front-loading feed tube, you can see in here if there's anything not shred, and there's a little bit of apple there, not quite shred yet, so I'm going to put some pulp in here and force that last bit of apple through. The next thing I'm going to do is line each cloth with a bamboo liner. Use this for fruit or greens only juice, and it prevents the pulp from sticking to your cloth. So the first thing I'll do is clean any pulp off of the grid holder and the grid and the feed tube. Now before I make juice, I'm going to use the cleaning brush to clean the juicer back plate and also the feed tube. And all juicers sold by Whole Health Foundation come with this cleaning brush. So I have a sprayer, so we'll clean that back plate and then assemble the juicer. I like to assemble the juicer before I make juice. Now I'm going to start by putting approximately 1/2 ball jar of pulp into the cloth. I'll use a spatula to get all of that pulp out of here and put the jar away in the sink to clean later. Now we'll fold the bamboo liner over the pulp like so in thirds, and then fold the cloth over the bamboo liner, as tight a package as you can make. And I'm going to set that aside because I want to press 2 cloths full of pulp at one time. So I'll need another bamboo liner. You can reuse these bamboo liners. If I was making a larger batch, that's what I would do. Set that aside and clean later. Fold the bamboo liner over the apple pulp in both directions, like so. And make as tight a package as I can make. As we are doing here. Then both these packets are going to go in the press. And both these packets go in the press. And the juice that's in the folding tray, I'm going to pour into the collection container. And then we'll press the 2 cloths full of pulp. So centered left to right. Centered front to back. Make sure it's on the press plate properly, all the way back, and back it off because you don't want that to go up too fast. Now once you get juice flow, advance that all the way. Now I'm going to repackage these. Here I have 26 ounces of juice, and I'm going to show you how we can get approximately 10% more juice because we're using the Whole Health Foundation model juicer that has the solid bottom plate. So I'm going to package this. We'll take both of these spent pulp remains and form it into a very, very tight ball. And then we're going to package this into as tight a package as we can make. And notice my folding technique. I'm folding the cloth under like so in both directions, and then I'm going to press it and see how much more juice we can get from pulp that most people would throw away. Now when you see how much juice I get from that, you're going to be amazed and you're going to wonder, why do people throw this away? So let me get a measuring beaker, and I'm going to put that under and see how much more juice we get. Now it's very important that this be right in the center, all the way back it off a little bit. Now we don't need these blocks anymore. Now that we've got juice flow, we'll advance that all the way. So far we've got 3 ounces of juice. That's more than 10% more. I'm going to repackage this a second time just out of curiosity to see if we can get any more juice out of this. We've already repackaged it once, and now we're going to have a very, very tight package. And we'll roll that into a tight package, the same as we did before, but much tighter. And notice again my folding technique. We'll fold that in both directions, centered left to right, centered front to back, all the way back. I'm going to back it off a little bit, and as soon as I get traction, I'm going to press it all the way. Now we've got 3 3/4 ounces here. Well, repackaging it again seems to have produced more juice. Well, we're a little over 4 ounces now. That's approximately 15% more juice. Before I put this juice into bottles, I'm going to clean this upper plate. And believe me, most people never do this. So you clean the upper plate. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's some color from the produce up here. And you want to also clean the side plate and the upper part of the juicer. And then we're going to press the water out of these 2 claws, put them back in the freezer. Now we put them in the freezer because germs and airborne contaminants cannot grow in the freezer. There we go, that seems to be enough. And we'll put these claws into a plastic bag and into the freezer. Now what I'm going to do next is pour the apple juice into these bottles, and it looks like I have about 2 15 or 16 ounce bottles of juice. Yes. So we'll cap these off, and then I'm going to do a taste test. Now I'm tasting at full strength. Apple juice with ginger. I like this formula. Apple juice is a little too rich for me generally. So what I'm going to do is mix this 50% with water. As you can see, I have another bottle here, so I'm going to transfer this juice into another bottle so that I can have 3 bottles 50% with water. A little too much there. There we go. 50% with water. Oh, that's delicious. I much prefer apple juice that's very, very sweet, mixed 50% with water. Well, I hope you like what you've seen, my friends, and if you do, please tell a friend. If you'd like to contact me either to buy a juicer or get some free videos, my email address is developtrust@cox.net. My phone number is 760-753-0321, and my webpage is wholehealthfound.com. See you in the next video.